Alright, today I will be showing you how to solve one side of the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. In my next video I will be showing you how to solve the entire thing after you solve one side. This is the original Rubik's Cube brand cube, but I don't personally prefer it because it's pretty stiff, doesn't turn real fast, and it's not that great at cutting corners. So today I will be using this other cube that I bought, and I will show you how to solve this entire one. I like this better because it turns much easier and it cuts corners a lot nicer. So let's get down to it. Alright, so first I like to start with the blue side because, I don't know, I guess that's just my own personal preference, but I will be showing you how to solve one side, which will be the blue side. Now, you determine which side it is by the middle piece, because no matter which way you try and move this, the middle pieces never move in relation to each other. The blue always stays here, and the red will always stay beside it. Now, no matter which way you turn it, the blue is still right beside the red. So that's how you determine which face you will be on. This will be the orange side, green side, red side, blue side, yellow side, and white side. So let's start solving the orange side, or the blue side, I'm sorry. Now obviously we already have one corner already on the blue side, and the key to solving one side of it is getting the entire face blue, but you also want the colors lined up along these edges. Like this color is orange, but the blue's still on top, so you want all the blues along here to have orange along this bottom side. So you can see this orange, or this blue right here, has the orange on it that we need, and it needs to go in this middle spot right here. So what I'm going to do is I turn it so that this blue is right underneath of this blue, turn that up to get the blue there, then I turn this out of the way because you don't want this to get messed up, but you want this to go back to its spot. So you turn this out of its way of that, you turn this blue back up towards that corner where it should have been, and then you turn that middle piece back down. So now we have the blue here, and the oranges are lined up right where they're supposed to be. Now we gotta find the other blue that has the orange in it, which is right here, and it has the orange right there. If I were to turn it up here, the blue is on the blue face, but the orange is over here and not lined up with these other two oranges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down into this bottom layer, turn it over right underneath of where it's supposed to be with the blues, and then turn it up. Now these blues are in the right spot and the oranges are all lined up right here. Now if I were to turn it, you can see that the next color I'm going to have to solve along this side is going to be the yellow with the blues on top, and you can see that this blue is in the wrong spot because it has a red on this edge. So we need to find here the other two yellows, so these two blues need to move to this spot right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these blues out of the way of this so that I can turn it down into this layer and then turn it right back up, and it didn't mess up this blue corner. Then I'm going to turn the blue with that yellow piece into this bottom corner like I did before over here, and I'm going to turn it up once. Now I have the two blues where I need them, and then the two yellows where I need them. Now all that's left is to solve this middle piece right here. So I have to find that, which is right here, blue and yellow. I'm going to turn it so that it is right across from where it's supposed to be right here. I can't turn it so it's directly underneath of this, so it has to be to one side of it. And if it was right here, if I tried to turn it up, it would still be on this front face, because as you rotate it, it just stays right there. It won't move up. So I need to move it so that it is over here, so when I move it up, it will be on the blue face. but I want to move these blues out of the way so that I can't mess it up. But if I were to move these blues out of the way, that moves my blue piece, so I have to leave this one here. I move that blue up to where I need it to be, and then I move those back down. Now I got the blues in the right spot, and the other blue with the yellow just moved right here, so I just turn it back underneath, and then I move it up again, just like I did before. So now I have the yellows, and I have the oranges. Now, since this is a yellow, red, and blue corner, I have to solve the red side next. So my next blue piece with the red is right here. So I'm going to move that underneath of where it needs to go, so that when I turn it up, it will be on the blue face. But first, I have to move these blues, both layers, so that I don't mess them up, out of the way. I move that piece up to where it should be lined up with these, and then I move these blues right back to where they were, so that I have the blue face again, and now I have just the two reds right here. Now I need to find the blue corner that has the red piece in it, and also will have the white piece in it, which is right here, because that's the only corner left that will have blue in it. So I move that over to underneath where it needs to be. I move these two layers out of the way so I don't mess up the blues. I turn this face so that the blue comes from this bottom corner up to where it needs to be, and then I move those two layers back. Now if this were back to where it was before, and I tried to move the blues this way to get them out of the way, that doesn't do much, because when I move the blue up to where it needs to be, it just turned these two layers. So you have to move it, if it's in the right layer, you have to move it to the left. So I have to move it that way, move it up, and then when I turn it back, those aren't affected at all. Now I have to find this last blue piece that needs to go into place, which is right here. So I need to move this blue directly underneath of where it's supposed to go right here. Now since it's right there, I can move these two layers right here out of the way, so that when I move this middle layer up, it will move the blue right here alongside of these blues, and then when you move those two layers back to where they're supposed to be, now this is on the side face so that it's not on the bottom anymore. Now I need to move it along the edge where I did before, move these blues out of the way, turn that blue up into spot, move those blues back down so that it refixes that part, and then just like it did before, it just moved that blue into the corner, move that down to right underneath where it needs to be, move those blues out of the way, move it up so that all the whites are lined up, and then you move all the blues back into the right spot. Now you have solved one side, but you need to make sure that this is on the right face. These reds need to be lined up with this red middle piece. So you just turn it once, and now all these reds are on the red face, all these yellows are on the yellow face, all these oranges are on the orange face, and all the whites are on the white face. And now you have solved one side of the Rubik's Cube.